MGTOW, the Muslims on females. I have this friend called Ali. I always joke that he is named after the place where he is conceived. Ali is a Muslim. A real one. He came over to our country 7 years ago, and he lived his entire life in Turkey. Once, I asked him why they repress females in their religion. And Ali was more than happy to explain it. He said, "We don't repress women. But we give them lines wherein they are ought to move. Like a football player. Would you say that a football player is repressed, because he can only move within the lines? We give females a playing field. To me, that is repressing," is what I said. I did not expect you to understand it. Ali said, "Because you are raised with freedom as the highest good. You are raised in a godless world, without rules and values. You think that saying whatever you like is your right. You think respect is minding your own business and not meddling with somebody else's. We have a different belief. We believe that we have to keep each other in check. And the people that overstep boundaries, need the rest of the community to help him get back on track, and stay within the lines. For if we don't help others in this world, we would have big problems when we meet God. Allah has given us rules, how we should live on this planet. And if we don't abide, we are doomed. We need the help of each other to stay true to the teachings. In your world, if a man wants to dress up like a female, and have sex with other men, you say, that is his business. But we say, we have to help that man back on track. We have to intervene in his life, so that he isn't doomed in the afterlife. I said, I think I get it. But why are women considered lesser beings in your society? They are not, he said. Females are just as valuable as men are. You are thinking of China. In China men are more valuable than women. But with us, women are revered. And the reason why it seems to you that we repress them, is because we think it is a husband's job to make sure his woman stays pure in the eyes of Allah. Females are free spirits, he said. They follow their intuition and their heart. But evil is deceitful and it can nestle into your heart and intuition, making you blind and losing your religion. Therefore females need to be looked after. They need the playing field, so they don't lose track of their religion and teachings. If you give a female complete freedom, she will turn in you and God. Freedom is a power, that is a greater force than you Westerners know. And females are not able to handle it. She will start making unreasonable demands. She will use her sexuality for material gain. She will play with the minds of men, to get what she wants. And she will use her appearance innocence, to get ahead of everybody. She will see an opponent in every female and her jealousy for other females will plant hate, confusion, competition and insecurity. A female can start wars and let the men fight it out. And even though it might seem that the women are repressed, in essence they are not. We defend them, for their own dissipation. And it gives them rest in their mind, it gives them security, it gives them a friend in every female, instead of a competitor. But most important of all, it keeps them true to Allah, and it makes sure that they keep their sexuality to themselves and their husband, and not on the street. While listening to this, my Westerner's mind was twitching. This somehow made perfect sense. But it also somehow did not. Somehow it was completely wrong and against everything that was taught me by my parents. To him I said, Ali, you guys are crazy. But it really did made me think. In our society, women do use their sexuality to get materialistic gain. They do see opponents in every other female, making them unhappy, jealous, and very insecure. And if you look to our women when they are in relationships, they do make unreasonable demands, and they do play with the minds of their man to get their way. Hence we have so many manginas. Ali assured me that there is no wife beating. Well, he said, probably just as much wife beating in our society as it is in yours. We don't keep them on a leash, he said. In fact, females are just as free as the rest of us. But they only have to make a little bit more effort. And that is like a safety. If it is easy to steal $1 million, we all would be millionaires, he said. But because you have to cross a moralistic barrier, almost nobody steals $1 million. If a woman wants to leave her husband, in our society, Ali said, then she can. But she does have to make an effort. She can't just walk out and never come back. And the same goes for the man too. You have to get permissions from parents and religious people to divorce. And you have to have good reason. And if you have good reason, the family and religious leaders of your community first try and save your marriage. Therefore we don't have as much divorce as you guys do. Because with us, you have to make an effort. And with you, it's as easy as closing the door. We in the West have a lot of judgments on the Muslims. But many of those views we have on them are not really as bad as we think they are. And they certainly have a reasons for the way they do things. I think that the way Muslims treat their women is not inhumane. It is a way to deal with the problem. A problem we accept as something that is a part of life. However, I still think the way Western people live is the best way. But that might just be because that is the way I was raised. But I thought Ali had an interesting point of view. And that's why I share it in this video. The problem that MGTOW is all about is actually already solved in the Muslim world. Think of it what you will. You might hate the Muslim idea, you might like it, or you might think it is irrelevant. It is still a fun bit of information. And I didn't want to keep it for myself.